Welcome back to Horoscope Forecasts 369, your trustworthy companion in the cosmic journey. I'm Jenny, here to help you unlock the mysteries of the stars. No matter your zodiac, our mission is to bring clarity to your celestial path. If it's your first visit, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us daily in unveiling what the stars align for us. So, buckle up, it's time to journey through the cosmic realm and decipher the messages of the universe today, Thursday, June 15th, 2023. The astrology of today, all signs. Mercury forms a square to Saturn today, and we could feel blocked from expressing ourselves or preoccupied with serious or weighty issues. There can be difficulties getting our message across. Efforts to edit and improve things make the most sense since we may encounter resistance if we push ahead. We might deal with criticism or disapproval, and we should draw on patience and aim to build mental strength. Focusing on the negative possibilities could be the first step before we get to a place of realism. The moon continues its transit of steady, stubborn Taurus until 9:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, after which the moon is in communicative, curious Gemini. The moon is void from 9:36 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, with the moon's last aspect before changing signs, a trine to Pluto, until the moon enters Gemini at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Today's Aries horoscope. In the first part of the day can require special handling, dear Aries, as there can be some tricky energy to navigate. A Mercury-Saturn square can bring limits or narrowness into focus, which can be frustrating. Temporarily, criticism or feeling weighed down can figure strongly. Consider that insecurities, fears, or guilt may be undercutting your approach to presenting your ideas or asking for what you want. It's best to go in with the idea that you'll learn something useful from problem areas to go forward feeling stronger and more confident. You may want to wait out making important decisions for a better time. If a project comes under question, take it as a challenge and allow it to motivate you to overcome obstacles. Later today, there can be good news to share or receive and the chance to put many little things behind you. You might also make important connections with others. Today's Taurus horoscope. A Mercury-Saturn square aspect influences the first half of the day, dear Taurus, and you might need to deal with some negativity, delays, blocks, or criticism. Missed and misunderstood messages or instructions can be part of this. For now, financial and social worries or concerns could headline in your life. Remember that, more often than not, managing minor problems leads to useful new findings and possibly to unexpected improvements and advances. Aim to be flexible and resilient so that the little problems cropping up now don't dominate your mood. This can be an excellent time to follow the rules and fill your responsibilities to the best of your ability, although you may not appreciate the pressure you feel to do so now. Tensions lift later today, and it becomes a good time to attend to practical affairs or reconnect with the natural world. Your emotional state strengthens through feeling secure and independent. Today's Gemini horoscope. Mercury forms a tense square with Saturn, dear Gemini, suggesting delays or disconnects can slow things down or frustrate you in the first half of the day. People may be sensitive or not as quick to catch on as you, so watch that you don't talk ahead of yourself. While, in many ways, your ideas and advice are well received these days, and this theme will continue for a couple of weeks, prickly problems can crop up now. There can be blocks to manage before things move along smoothly. Avoid spending too much time in a state of tension. Instead, work on correcting errors one step at a time. Criticism can be annoying, although there can be a small kernel of helpful truth in it that you might use to your advantage. Later today, the moon moves into your sign, and you have much personal presence. Others tend to support you, and a love interest can be especially intrigued. Your ability to communicate effectively boosts social relationships. Today's Cancer horoscope. Communications can be tricky in the first half of the day, dear Cancer, and missed connections, delays, and minor mishaps may interrupt you. Still, they can also lead to detours that work to your benefit. Consider that even irritating feedback can motivate positive changes. Aim to make an extra effort to get over the more minor problems and challenges, as annoying as they can be. Also, strive to be patient if you're feeling blocked, as inspiration will return shortly. Getting back on track can be a priority now. Watch for the tendency to dwell on resentments or communications that rub you the wrong way with a Mercury-Saturn square active now. Once beyond that, you can be quite productive if you have something that captures your interest. Later today is strong for healing and regeneration. Today's Leo horoscope. Today's Mercury-Saturn square suggests some tricky conversations or thinking, dear Leo. It can be challenging to get your point across due to problems with either the delivery of the message or its reception, or both. People can be touchy in the first half of the day. Many small things can go wrong, related primarily to communication delays or breakdowns. Avoid getting worked up over the little details, but do work on problem areas. Negativity can affect your decisions, but while this can be irritating, you might end up making constructive changes as a result. Aim to slow down and sidestep the unnecessary stress of indecision. Avoid trying to fix situations or people. Later today, you could feel empowered and motivated to reach your goals. It's easier to elevate your thoughts and tap into your determination. Today's Virgo horoscope. Today's Mercury-Saturn square suggests the need to clear up problems, dear Virgo. With this aspect in play, you may not feel you're getting anywhere despite much effort, but correcting errors and fixing problems can help you in the long run. New revelations can be annoying but lead to helpful improvements. It makes sense to go gently with others and yourself, but avoid participating if people stir up trouble for you. With this transit, people may be holding on too tightly to their ways of thinking or personal traditions and may feel threatened by change. You can't control these things, so do what you can to focus on what you can control, such as your reactions. While you may feel that people are unnecessarily critical today, with some self-honesty, this can lead to meaningful improvements, even if it's about reacting to incorrect feedback and stabilizing your position as you do. Accepting that there are obstacles to understanding one another today can help. Today's Libra horoscope. Today's Mercury-Saturn square can spotlight criticisms or flaws temporarily, dear Libra. Chores or responsibilities can keep you from enjoying yourself and seem more difficult to manage than usual. Adjustments may be necessary before regaining confidence in a project. Fortunately, you can see the opportunities, not only the flaws, blocks, and delays. Following the rules rather than skipping steps will be important now. If you focus too much on enjoying extracurricular activities, there can be a reminder now to get your life in order. Aim to be easy on yourself and humble with others. If worry pushes your buttons enough to launch you into action, it can be productive. If it doesn't, it only brings you down and wastes your time. The latter half of the day feels smoother. In fact, you might inspire somebody with an idea or a unique perspective on a matter. Today's Scorpio horoscope. A Mercury-Saturn square influencing the first half of the day can leave you feeling too vulnerable to deal with outside pressures, dear Scorpio. Minor problems threaten to take control of your life for now. You'll want to turn this around so that you're the one taking care of problems. Communications may be missed or misinterpreted. Temporarily, it may be best to sidestep situations that involve a confrontation or intense demands on your time and energy. If circumstances slow you down, it could be a blessing in disguise, prompting you to make beneficial adjustments. Aim to put problems behind you for good. Later today, there can be interesting and possibly important information circling around you. It's a wonderful time for healing, particularly if you aim to let go of emotional baggage, grudges, or resentment. Today's Sagittarius horoscope. With Mercury square Saturn influencing the first half of the day, dear Sagittarius, pressures from family or related to domestic matters can weigh heavily, particularly as they relate to your attention to a partnership. Conversations are challenging with defensiveness in play, and there can be a mental disconnect with someone close to you. It may be better to save important ideas or topics for a time when people are more free-spirited and less sensitive. Communication breakdowns are temporary, and it's for the best to strive to treat them as such. It may be a little tricky to discipline yourself if your heart isn't into what you're doing at the moment. However, applying yourself to get over a hump can be worth it. Later today, you're far more focused and determined, and it's easier to work with others for everyone's benefit. Today's Capricorn horoscope. Today's Mercury-Saturn square can lead to seeing the glass half empty in the first half of the day, dear Capricorn. This transit can act to magnify limitations. It's a temporary and quite useful process since it helps you find flaws, but it can be a bit disheartening while it's in play. There may be an obstacle standing in your way before you can move forward with confidence. Delays with communications can be prominent and cause some troubles. Even so, you may very well find a clever workaround that benefits you. It's probably better to focus on practical problems that need fixing and stay on watch for communication issues. Later today, while it remains a good time for seeing and dealing with details, you enjoy the process more. Gluing the pieces together can be satisfying. Today's Aquarius horoscope. With a Mercury-Saturn square influencing the first half of the day, dear Aquarius, there could be a misunderstanding, communication block, or mental disconnect that can frustrate you. Responses can be critical or lacking when you need them, or concerns about money can burst your bubble. You could see people in a less flattering light, although this is likely temporary. It's not the time to take a big chance, but this transit is useful for resolving various minor problems or issues that have been pending. Your creative workaround to delays or blocks can ultimately boost your confidence, and you can learn something valuable in the process. Later today, it's easier for everyone to cooperate or see beyond problems. In fact, healing energy is with you, and your determination to improve your life is strong. Today's Pisces horoscope. With a Mercury-Saturn square influencing the first half of the day, dear Pisces, it's best to avoid dwelling on things you can't change and instead reflect on what you can do. If you can carve out some time to center yourself and gather your wits, you'll be better off for it. Flaws can seem to magnify under this transit, and this heightened awareness of your responsibilities or the challenges around you can leave you feeling a bit wanting. Even if you don't mean to be critical, others could read what you say in a negative light now with Saturn in your sign. Use the energy of this transit to focus rather than to nitpick. Fortunately, as the day advances, you're not afraid to take on a mental challenge or intellectual task, and it can be satisfying. It's a good time to rectify problems or misunderstandings if something needs repair. Thank you for joining me here on Horoscope Forecasts 369. Don't forget to share these horoscope predictions with friends and loved ones who might benefit from them, and remember to hit the like button if you found today's predictions useful. I'm Jenny, and I'll be back tomorrow with more. Until then, keep your eyes on the stars and your heart open to the universe. Goodbye for now.